Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
I think that was much better. I think I had only 2 blinks that time.
I had no blinks.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to let you guys, peer behind the curtain or whatever of, the extensive Team Babe pre-pro and production and post-production, really, for that matter. I mean, someday. We've been taking a lot of footage. We're going to have, like the bloopers reel, the commentary, the director's commentary.
Oh boy, you got so much editing ahead of you. I feel sorry for you.
I feel sorry for me. I already feel sorry for me.
Because I know I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah. I mean, even the stuff that we have coming up, I'm like feeling sorry for myself already.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you should all be excited.
Yeah, because something's coming.
Something is coming.
I hope it's good.
Summer 2020. Will it still be summer? I don't know. It's like the movie event of the summer.
Wow, if it's not still summer by the time we get that done, there's going to be something wrong with us.
We might have had a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so how's it hanging out there? How's it hanging out there in COVID land?
How's it hanging out?
How's
Where?
it hanging out there in COVID land? How you doing?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing it.
How you doing?
Doing the
Just
damn thing. I feel like I have to do one of those things that you described, like your, some of the people you work with or know and have meetings with sometimes where they're just like, I don't know how to answer that question, man.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to know how you feel when the whole world's upside down.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like a David Bowie song or something, practically.
When the world falls down.
Yeah. Is that the one in the bubbles?
Oh man, that's the one in the bubbles.
That is the one in the bubbles.
That one didn't make it on the mixtape, but it made it on the rejects pile.
That's right.
Coming soon.
Got exciting content coming for ya.
Yeah, in fact, this is our last episode of the COVID-19 mixtape. This is it.
Yeah.
This is track 19.
Track 19 of the COVID-19 mixtape. And wouldn't you know it, we happened to time it just right. The pandemic is over. COVID is no longer a concern. Everybody can easily get tested cheaply and easily, accurate. There's a vaccine that's just about to be released. I mean, everything's going back to normal.
Wow.
Right?
That's good news. Yeah. We timed that just right where the pandemic only lasted 19 weeks. That was great.
Yeah, I was like, it's ridiculous. Part of me was like, oh man, there's no way this can go on for 19 weeks. Like the pandemic, not this, because I figured this would go on forever.
Oh, a podcast, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
forever
good.
and ever.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's still going.
Yeah, it's still going.
And it seems to be maybe even picking up a little steam here and there.
Yeah, it's picking up speed.
It's got that juice behind it, man.
Yeah.
That juice.
It's got the power. Yeah. So although the pandemic isn't really over, we only joke. The mixtape is going to be over.
Yeah.
But the good news is that if you really love this mixtape, this playlist, you can play it over and over for the entire duration of the pandemic.
That's right.
So.
Yeah, you could do, like the original 19, then you could shuffle them. Then you could listen to the rejects.
Yep.
The COVID rejects.
Yeah.
Then you could mix those in. You could put it all together.
I mean, you could do a lot.
Yeah, the possibilities are quite literally endless.
Yeah.
For the enjoyment that could be had from basically everything.
Yeah.
Right? Like listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Watching the podcast.
I mean, you could waste
following the podcast on social media.
a lot of time with this podcast.
Emailing us. Sending us like direct messages.
Wow.
On Instagram. Sending us letters in the mail.
Oh, wow.
Calling our tip line.
Oh, we do have a tip line now.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can leave us a voice message on Anchor.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Well, you go to anchor.fm and you search for Team Babe Podcast, and there's a little button there where you can leave us a message if you like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave us a message, man. That might be fun. Like to hear from some people out there.
Yeah.
How's your COVID doing, man? Are you killing it? Is it not killing you? Because that's good. But if it is, that's bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I hope that it's mostly. I would like COVID to die. That's what I would like. I'd like it to stop killing people, and I would like people to start killing it. That's what I would like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when the human race bites back, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bam. Just putting on those masks and just biting back.
That would be a first step. Maybe we'll get there someday. Wearing a cotton mask over your face would be, I know it's a challenge, but that's something. And then maybe the amazing genius scientists can dream up a vaccine or something for those of you that, don't enjoy masks, or all of us for that matter. So, maybe some good news is coming.
I don't know if anybody enjoys the masks, but it's just like, dude, what's the big deal?
Well,
Put that fucking thing on, and like, if everybody did it, then we'd probably be done with this in a couple months or something.
Yeah, we'd be in a lot better shape than we are now. I'd say that. Yeah. I have to tell you, I've been through a lot of uncomfortable stuff in my life. Things revolving around childbirth, pregnancy, birth control, all kinds of good stuff,
Sure.
Going to the OBGYN.
This all seems to have to do with your vagina in one way or another.
Being tested for cancer. There's like a lot of stuff that's happened, you know, and I've been poked and I've been prodded and I've been, I've been bedridden, and I gotta tell you, the mask, it's no worse than a maxi pad, people.
Yeah, fucking harden the fuck up.
It's really not that bad in the big grand scheme of things in life.
Yeah.
So, if somebody was like, okay, you have two choices, either wear a mask or have a baby, I'll be like, I'll take a mask, please, and 5 more, thank you.
Yeah, and I respect a woman's right to choose.
Oh, choose a maxi pad or a mask? Oh, thanks. Well, I could put a mask.
Choose to have to wear a mask instead of have a baby.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I do too. I respect a woman's right to wear a wig instead of have a baby.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way about the wigs, but I also think that nobody should have a problem with women owning vast quantities of, like precious gems or semi-precious stones.
Why would somebody have a problem with that?
I don't know.
That's a very strange thing to think about.
Men's be hating,
Oh, they be hating. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They probably don't want ladies to have that many jewels. They just want enough for them to look pretty. But if they had enough to take down the world,
then they wouldn't be able to be big pimpin' or whatever. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't really know where I'm going with this. But you mentioned a lot about children, childbirth.
I like to bring that up once in a while.
So that is that's a good little reminder that somebody had a birthday this week.
Yes, actually, I thought
Neither
about it.
of us.
Well, I thought about it, and actually 2 people had a birthday.
Oh, Jesus?
No.
It's not Christmas.
No. No. So Charlie turned 14, right? And when I was telling him, about his birthday or whatever, I was like, it's actually sort of my birthday too, because when you think about it, the person that gives birth, it is sort of their birthday.
Mm. Yeah.
In addition to the person who was born.
Yeah, especially when they almost die.
Right.
It's like,
right.
Oh, hey.
So this is the anniversary of my second chance at life. Hey, and here I am.
Hey, cheers, mate.
Hey, cheers. I'll drink to that.
Yeah, do it. Well, that's great. Yeah, so Chuck, that slide dog, turned 14.
He sure did.
this week, which is kind of crazy.
No, and I didn't cry a tear. Okay.
Yeah, did you get super emotional?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So you're not sad about your baby flying flying away from adolescence
No.
or whatever? No?
I mean, I would like to see him get through the next 4 years happy and healthy. I'll
Yeah.
say that.
Totally. And we're going to do everything we can to make
I'm
that
going to
happen.
kill myself to make that happen.
Sure.
Okay, but
Yeah.
in only 4 short years, then that means that I'll be able to run around the house topless and in my Daisy Dukes. So just stay tuned for that. Just 4 more years. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
I mean, I've been waiting a long time, to let it all hang out, but it's coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're getting on the home stretch.
This is exciting.
I mean, I know that my ass will be 44 years old by the time this happens, but, what can you do?
You know,
You gotta live sometime.
A lot of people think their ass is going to age like a fine wine,
I think mine's going to
But
age like cottage cheese.
Yours
personally.
actually did.
Oh,
Fuck you.
You're so sweet.
Cottage cheese. That's disgusting.
Give me 4 more years.
Okay. I expect the dieting to be on point and all of the squats and all of the sit-ups.
Oh, yeah.
Scott's to be looking good,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Yeah. Guess what? I turned the rowing machine up a notch. Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm getting serious.
Yeah, dang.
1 notch.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
We'll have to chat about rowing technique and maybe that's... Yeah, we haven't really given too many clues about what the new direction of the podcast is going to be, but maybe we could just kind of let it slip now that a big part of that is going to be talking about rowing. No?
Is this a new podcast that you're making?
Yeah. Babes rowing the boat.
Yeah. That'd be boring. Could you even talk for an hour about rowing? I mean, to me, it's like you get on the rower, turn it on,
Yeah.
and then you row.
Sure, there's some technique to it, I mean, if you get into it, like fully.
Are you
like a
gonna
nerd.
school me?
No.
Oh, good.
I mean,
I'd have to fight you.
I know. I remember how it went when I tried to teach you how to drive a stick shift, and that was not good.
Did you catch my tears in a little jar? Save them for later.
I did, yeah. I drank
was-
1 tear per year.
I was really heinous, so we have to be careful about the
Yeah,
cruel tutelage of Babe Fader.
bad teacher, but
Great student though.
great student, getting better all
I
the
gotta tell
time
you,
too.
you're a great student.
Oh yeah,
You are a great student. I mean, you're a way better student than I am. But I
just a people pleaser.
I cheat and I bend the rules. That's how I get by. But you do it right, when you're a student.
Got a real Gordon Gecko babe over here.
I just get it done. You're like all
Totally.
in.
That's right, Gigi. Yeah. Speaking of Gordon Gecko, what you been watching recently?
Well, no Wall Street. Not this week.
I know, not this week. We watched it maybe a few months ago.
It was a fun rewatch.
It was good.
Yeah, it's always good.
Yeah, we've watched it like, I don't know, 5 years ago before that or something.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we watched a lot of TV, I think, this week, and I think part of that is like it's hot. It's really hot, and
No kidding, man.
it's July, and then
My sweat just broke. My pre-episode sweat just finally chilled.
and the COVID cases are up in this county, and we're kind of hanging low,
Yeah.
just kind of being at home a lot. And then Charlie had a birthday, so we've been watching all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
What did he get to watch the other day?
His big birthday thing was The Jerk
The Jerk, right?
with Steve Martin.
Yeah, the movie that led to your conception. Your what's the opposite of immaculate conception?
Disgusting. Yeah.
Very dirty conception.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, and it still cracked him up.
And that's a good movie. Like a movie that's made in 1979 still cracks up somebody
Yeah.
in 2020. That's pretty good.
Carl Reiner,
Yeah.
I mean, who
Yeah.
just died recently. It's like
It was nice to watch it, and for that reason too, you know. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
little in memoriam
Uh-huh.
for Carl, who's in the movie at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun.
playing himself,
But
cross-eyed though.
viewing that we've done without children,
Oh yeah,
has been a little much for
it's been
me.
a little much. Yeah, there's been some people have been traumatized. We've been watching. We were watching. I'll Be Gone in the Dark, the Golden State Killer HBO thing, and we watched 3 episodes of that, or you watched one and a half,
I
maybe,
watched one.
or whatever, and it's just too much for you. And like, I watched it. The last one I watched, I had like a really bad day the next day.
Yeah.
I was like kind of mad, just kind of fucked up. Like it really pissed me off.
Yeah.
The thing pissed me off. I mean, like, ugh. I mean, it's so good.
The documentary
series
is very well done.
Incredibly good, but like, this made me so fucking mad.
Yeah, because there were so many levels of messiness and politics,
like non-cooperation between like police departments and all this shit, and like.
Now, see, okay.
How does it have to get to the point where it takes like, I mean, I know a lot of other people were working on this, and a lot of the investigators were, trying to figure it out for years and years and years. But how does it take, like, just some person, just some writer, to get obsessed with it and then fuck up her own life, and like help crack it?
I think it takes an outside person a lot of times to be able to look at that stuff in a different way or a fresh way. Because when you're a police investigator and you come into something like that, I mean, there's all kinds of things that influence the way that you look at that, as just because you're in the police force. Where if you're just somebody that's non-police or non-law enforcement, you come at it from this totally different problem-solving perspective, I think. And she seemed like a real problem solver and very smart, and obviously just really tirelessly tried to figure out how to catch this guy, which they did, I guess, right? But but my problem with it is so if they just concentrated on the story of the case and the complications of the police and the politics part and just stuck to the facts, I could totally watch it. And then, like, and documenting her life and how she came about, finding out the stuff that she did and putting things together, that's cool. But when they show the crime scene photos and they also do these dramatic reenactments of, like, say, shadows passing over empty houses at night, I just,
it's creepy as fuck. It's scary.
It's scary and creepy, and I just don't need that in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, though, it would be really, I don't know. I'm always torn because it's like, I mean, who's ever heard those stories? And it's like, I mean, this dude fucking raped at least 50 women,
I know.
and then killed 10 of them. And it's like, that is insane. And in the most heinous way that you could think of, basically, just like so sadistic and fucked up. And like...
Yeah, it's like that you deserve to tell the story of what those people, those victims, deserve to have the story told in a truthful way. I don't disagree, but visually, it's something that I can't have in my brain.
Right. It's Anyway, it's good though. If you like true crime,
yeah,
man,
it's very well done.
Check it out if you're not as squeamish as Babe over here.
I'm hoping that at some point you'll finish it and then you'll tell me about it and I won't have to watch it.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. Sure.
Okay. Cool. That's a deal. Yeah, one episode was enough. I'm back to my Golden Girls and my drunk history and
totally.
How about Search Party?
Search Party.
We've been watching Search Party.
we had to get HBO Max, you know, do the trial so we could watch the season 3 of Search Party.
It's really good.
Yeah, that show
Oh.
is
Oh,
what?
Sorry, spider. A little friend.
Oh fuck! Seriously? No, I'm freaked out.
No,
Did it jump on me?
No, no,
Where'd
no.
it go?
It's behind me.
Is it a poisonous one?
No, no, you're safe. It's a
A
wolf.
wolf?
It's a wolf spider. Okay, it's gone. We're all good.
You shepherded the wolf away.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a good shepherd.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
guarding his flocks by night.
This is what happens when it gets hot here. The spiders come in.
It is so gross out there. I
It's
just went
gross.
outside like a little bit ago, and it's like, yeah, it's super humid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
know.
like real hot.
yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Anyway, back to Search Party. Sorry, spider interlude over.
That
Yeah.
would have taken care of my hiccups, though, if I still had them.
I've solved
I'm not
them.
even scared of spiders.
That's good. You shouldn't be.
You freaked me out.
Well, there's a spider, around, like within 8 feet of you at all times.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind.
It's true.
I like it when they drop down out of the ceiling, like the light things, and you're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like kind of watching them.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, you're a spider. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm a fucking spider, dude. Like I'm cruising. Like, what are you doing?
So talk to me about Search Party.
Search Party.
What's your favorite part of it?
It is. How do you pick a favorite part? I mean, it's okay. It's fun. It's a good show. It's fun, but it's nowhere near as good as some other things that I've watched recently, like High Maintenance or that Betty show, or
I agree.
I'll Be Gone in the Dark. Maybe
Oh.
a few other things. Oh, like Patriot on Amazon. What were you gonna say?
Tales from the Tour Bus.
Tales from the Tour Bus, which we're catching now too. Catching up on. There's 2 seasons of that. That's good too. We're on the Cinemax trial for that.
That's real
so
good.
I thought maybe it would come with HBO Max, but no.
No, it's
So anyway.
Cinemax.
But I already canceled the trial,
Oh, perfect.
so
Great.
we won't get charged.
Look at you.
Look at me. Anyway, yeah.
So your favorite part
The
of Search
favorite
Party?
part of Search Party, nice digression there, is I guess like just the whole like sort of crazy, like the millennial vibe. Like it's so. Is it even millennials? Maybe it's like the Zennials or the Z's
I think
or
it's supposed to be
whatever.
millennials.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It's hard to describe for me anyway, like what it is about it that is so fucking funny. And it's not really a comedy
It sort of
necessarily,
is.
but it's a dark comedy.
It's
I
a
would
dark
say.
comedy.
But just every like the motivations of all these people and the like how they act and the things they do like are perfect, like spot on, like nailed it, like kind of like all the shit you would talk about millennials.
Yeah.
But not just millennials, by the way, because I know other Dories.
Yeah. That are too old to be a millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's like they really captured so well this, these 4 people. It's a little bit, I gotta say, for me, it's a little bit like Sex and the City where you have these 4 characters, right? They're not all women, but they're all New Yorkers, and they all kind of have these real distinct like trends that they represent. So there's like the indie trend, there's the hipster trend, there's the yuppie, there's the posh spice, and they run around the city doing all this crazy stuff in very beautiful places,
Mhm.
and they did a great job of like making their environments so now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And with all these little trendy items, of course, that remind you of Etsy and all kinds of other things. And yeah, they just did a really great job at the detail, but also like the just kind of like how it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole
Yeah.
on the internet if like you get captivated by something, and like it's very similar to like say the OJ trial, or like, you know,
Yeah.
in the times before social media, how like tabloids and TV, it's just like this thing where you're just like, oh my gosh, there's like a new detail, like I gotta hear about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
But it's even like more shallow than that. It's like
It's worse than that.
it's like I'm doing this because I don't know why I'm doing this, but the motivation appears to be that I really just kind of have nothing else to do.
Right. I'm lost and I don't know who I am, and this is something that like will keep me occupied for like a week or whatever.
It's like a
Yeah.
get behind a cause, you know,
Yeah.
type
That
of
you don't
thing.
even understand.
Yeah.
But it's just like becomes the most important thing in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like that is the hilarity to me too. Is it's just like you don't even need to know if it's real or whatever. You're just like, this is my life now.
Yeah.
And for me, that's just like something I've never done. So it seems so far away from my reality to just like dump everything you're doing and just jump on board like some sensational story.
Totally.
So it's very much an escape. I like it. It's a very like, even though it's about a murder mystery, it's like very fluffy.
It is. Yeah. There was like one part that was sort of scary that I recall.
Yeah, there's,
But
yeah,
you know, like here and
there.
there or whatever, like just a little creepy, but like it's
Yeah.
it's really well done.
Yeah. And can I tell you that my favorite part of season 3 was the lawyer, okay, that represented the main characters in the trial.
Defense attorney. Yeah.
That girl is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Like she wore sheer lace and leather to the courtroom, and I can't tell you how many times when I first started out trying to do anything professionally, I kept looking at my closet and going, all I have is sheer things and leather.
Bustiers.
I think this might be a problem. I think I should get some clothes that are not see-through.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I might have to get a pantsuit.
I still haven't gotten a pantsuit, but
I gotta see you in a pantsuit.
oh, just wait. When I get one, I mean, it's gonna be legit.
Oh man.
Oh, it'll be.
I'm
Oh,
scared
it'll
now.
be horrible.
Holy shit.
Oh, you'll be scared.
Yeah, she is definitely your spirit animal. We also
love
do,
her.
another side benefit of the HBO Max thing is being able to watch some Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Charlie digging that.
Oh my gosh, Charlie loves it, and it's still funny. That's another thing too. It's just like that show's amazing,
Good show.
right out the box, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, like, what are we talking? Like early, like 90, 91, something like that.
Yeah.
And like I was watching an episode with Charlie the other day, and they were doing a whole thing about how Will and Carlton got pulled over on, driving, Uncle Phil's,
Station wagon or something.
no, his car or his partner's like Mercedes.
Oh right.
To Palm Springs or something, to meet him. They get pulled over and hassled by the cops or whatever, and it's like, holy shit, man.
Some things don't change, right? Yeah.
Yeah, here we are, like 30 years later, and this is still like a huge issue.
Yeah, actually a lot of their jokes are still totally relevant now, and like it was way more of a like smart show than I remember it being. Of course I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Yeah,
But watching it again as an adult, I was like, wow, this show like went the extra mile. It's not just like slapstick or whatever, like,
yeah. It gives you like seeing it again gives me a new appreciation of how talented
yeah.
somebody like Will Smith is.
The whole cast is pretty dang good. I gotta say, like, everybody's just like really on point, and it's funny and silly sometimes, but it's actually like really snappy. Like their pacing is good.
And Aunt Vivian is like our age
Totally. And I remember thinking she was so old
and looks
you know.
like great.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Yeah, like way better than we do.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway,
Yeah,
it's funny. It's like I remember thinking Uncle Phil must have been 60,
yeah,
right?
totally.
He's not.
Yeah. Yeah, so the whole search party thing makes me think of the Dunning-Kruger effect.
So please,
And
please explain this to me.
I figured out this week that I'm actually like kind of an expert on the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Is that right?
So I'd be happy to explain it to you.
Please elaborate. I've been waiting all week to hear this.
Yeah, so you know what this is. It's just the name or whatever, but it's like where it's like the effect where somebody who doesn't really know something about something thinks they know everything about something.
Okay.
Like, you know, which accounts for like the whole whatever armchair quarterback thing and like what,
Sure.
you know, a lot of the stuff that goes on like with just normal people with politics and stuff,
Right.
like spouting off about shit and thinking they know stuff. So it's like the more you think that you are an expert at something, the more likely it is that you actually don't know shit about it.
Okay, I gotcha.
Basically, that's Dunning-Kruger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that of course comes into effect a lot. It comes into the Dunning-Kruger effect.
So where does the name come from?
Oh, it's just the two people who identified it and did some study to like.
Oh, okay.
You know,
like a psychologist or something.
Yeah, to like
Okay.
kind of whatever codify it or something. Like,
Gotcha.
you know, say this is what this is.
Okay, that's That's good to know that there's actually a name for that. You
Yeah.
know, because I've encountered it a lot in my life.
Well, the thing is, we all encounter it, and we all fall prey to it. Like, it's not something you don't go like, "Oh, look at these people, the Dunning-Kruger effect over there," or whatever. It's like you doing that is probably some version of the Dunning-Kruger effect.
You're
too.
like an armchair psychiatrist.
Right? Yeah, because literally all the people that think that are, you know, thinking that and like commenting and like spouting off about shit are doing that, and then like me judging them is doing that too. So it's like, okay.
So when do you go from that to really being an expert? What's the line?
The line is when you doubt absolutely everything to the point where you almost can't do anything.
Oh, okay. So you have to be a scientist, like a paranoid scientist? Is
Yeah.
that sort of what you're saying?
Yeah, paranoid schizophrenic scientist.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm almost
essentially.
there. Yeah, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Maybe
what-
that will
That's
serve
what
me
COVID
well.
will do to a person,
Yeah.
man. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'm not trusting anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah. Plus, it's got the cool name, Dunning-Kruger, you know, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. You know,
Yeah.
like finger knives.
So does that mean that if either one of us starts to do that, that we can call the other one out and be like, it's Dunning-Kruger?
Yeah, but I would think that we wouldn't even need to do that. You could just be like, hey, stop it. That's stupid. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what those people's lives are like.
Oh, man.
You don't know.
I try not to use those words. I mean, those are always the words that come first to my mind. And then
They
I
come so easily, huh?
put them aside and I try to use other words, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're talking about, you know, obviously we're like bringing this ship into port, this COVID-19 mixtape ship or whatever.
Yeah.
And Charlie brought up a good point
Yeah.
this week that Lil Nas X's song Old Town Road,
Yeah.
the hit song of last year,
Yeah.
was number 19 or something. Or no, it stayed in the top 100 or some shit for top
19
50
weeks.
for 19 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
Which was some record.
It was a
thing.
record. Beat the Beatles.
19 COVID-19 mixtape. Team Babe, Lil Nas X.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then he had a question. He was like, now, is Lil Nas X Nas's son?
I find that very confusing
was like,
too.
That is confusing. I mean, is Little Nas?
Yeah.
Does that mean there's a Big Nas somewhere that we don't know about?
Yeah, you would think Big Nas is just Nas,
Right.
but then it's like, well, is it? Because like there's all these Lil this and Lil
John?
that, you know.
Lil Don?
Well, yeah, but we know who that is. There isn't like a Big John that. I mean, there probably is a Big John.
There probably is.
Yeah, no. In
But
fact, now that I think about it, there's definitely a Big John.
But it's not any relation to the Lil Jon of the Usher song, right? No.
Nope. That one?
Yeah. So I would like to get to the bottom of this Nas business.
We're gonna
So-
look in. We're gonna look into it. We're gonna research the Lil Nas family tree, see if it tracks back. Wouldn't it be interesting if it was like his, like his
like a
nephew
relative
or something like
It
that?
would be kind of strange, I guess.
But X, like, what does the X mean? Is that like, Latinx, where it's like, kind
Maybe
of
it's
gender
10.
non-specific?
He's a 10th Lil Nas.
Oh my God, you just blew my mind. He's the 10th Lil Nas. Holy shit! It's like reincarnation.
Yeah, so
Or
you had like
something.
Nas the first and Nas the second.
Oh, it's like a dynasty.
Yeah, dynasty of
That
Nas.
makes more sense.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but good that could be. Yeah, so like 19 weeks does kind of seem like a long time, but I gotta say, in relation to this year and other years, 19 weeks can kind of slip by in a weird way. And
Sliding away. Yeah.
and
As Paul Simon said,
yeah,
Yeah. The more you something.
but I mean, it was fun. This was a fun project. This was a fun, like, kind of
Diversion.
shutdown project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really been doing a whole lot of creative stuff outside of this. And
Right.
so I have enjoyed like thinking about what songs work for COVID and
Yeah.
where we're at each week. I mean, every week's different, and every week like something weird is going on that's different than the week before, or even just the way you feel is different. So
It's a real roller coaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you kind of just forget about the shit that's going on if you're not directly affected,
yeah.
like we've been lucky enough to, like financially and health wise and stuff too. Knock on
So we're
wood.
more observers
Yeah.
than some.
But you're right. Yeah, it has been a fun project. It's made the 19 weeks go by, and it's given us something to do and something kind of fun to think about.
And something creative.
And an excuse to just get together and cut it up every week,
Cut it up.
Yeah, man. Just chopping it up. Just a couple of podcasting babes
Yeah, just a couple
bringing it on
just
the
a
mic.
couple of kids,
Just a couple of crazy kids.
In a way, I might miss coming up with a new song each week, So,
Yeah, I know we might have to think of new themes or whatever.
but I like the idea of making a real mixtape.
Yeah,
Yeah, of this.
cassettes.
Like cassettes, like
Right.
from the 80s.
Yeah, hey, if anybody out there has like a cassette dubbing machine, like, one of those things where you can like whatever make copies or whatever.
Let us know.
Yeah. Leave us a message on the anchor message thing.
And it's got a handy dandy link right there in our blog.
Oh, that's cool.
You can just click it and leave a message.
Yeah, man. So I think it's time to get into this thing. I think it's time to start the podcast. What do you think?
Are you ready to lay the final hot track?
I mean, it's kind of sad in a way.
I know.
I'm kind of bummed that that this chapter of life is coming to a close. It reminds me of when I got out of the band that I was in with Slam, and like I think it was 2006. We were playing a gig at like the local casino. So it couldn't have been more kind of bullshit or whatever. But we had a great time, and we always had a great time at those gigs and stuff. And yeah, we played the last song and then just like kept kind of strumming and letting it go on and on. We didn't want it to end, man. But I kind of did want it to end, which was why I was quitting the band.
Yeah, that was kind of you. Yeah, you kind of called that one.
Yeah.
Well, the good news about this is that it may be the end of this mixtape, but it's not the end of the podcast.
That's right.
So
yeah, we're just yeah, man, we're just gonna try to think of all the ways we could bring you listeners, all you listeners out there, you watchers, you listeners, you mentally telepathic sensors of information, you artificial intelligences. We we want to bring you the entertainment. We want to bring you the laughs. We want to bring you the conversation. We want to chop it up.
I think more than anything, we want to laugh.
Yeah, that's the main
That's
thing. And we want
really-
to spend this time together.
That's right.
Wink.
In a documented way.
Yeah.
This is so
Exactly.
so foreign to how we started out.
Yeah, so this is we're wrapping it up with kind of a warm, fuzzy song to me. So this is COVID-19 mixtape number 19.
Dun dun dun.
Overall episode 60 of the Team Babe podcast. More than a year we've been doing this. This is 19.
And this is technically the end of season 3.
Right. And the song is Your Arms Around Me by Jens Lickman.
Off his 2007 album Night Falls Over Kortedala. Now, if that doesn't
You sound
roll,
really familiar with that album name.
roll off the tongue, like
I had to look it up too.
I mean, I know that what the album cover looks like,
Yeah.
but when you put this in print, this album name, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, come on, Jens. Get with it on the album names. Come up with something snappy, man.
I don't know what Kortedala is or where it is, but must be a
I'm
special
sure it's a location.
spot for Jens.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I had never heard of the Jens before we ever started listening to this. I don't even know why we started listening to it or where it came from. If it just fell out of the sky, if it was a recommendation. It certainly wasn't on my radar at the time.
Yeah, I knew nothing about this guy.
But
Whatever.
this album is so good.
Yeah, it's just like really charming.
It's beyond charming.
It's like, yeah, I mean, the songs are so personal and sentimental and like kind of just pretty and like with harps and shit and
You know, some of
strings.
us might call that romantic. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're familiar with this term.
romance.
Yeah.
Romance.
Have-
I think it was like a period in like culture.
Was it right
Society?
before Rococo?
Was it?
Yeah.
No, romance. Yeah, no, I'm a big romantic from way back. Like I've been romancing the stone. I've been What else have I been doing? I've been I constantly buy you flowers and chocolates
Oh, and diamonds.
diamonds and pig's hearts with
Mm.
nails through them. What else do I do?
That's what I'm really waiting for.
I'm hugging and squeezing and holding and kissing and romancing the stone and
Yeah, you are.
something. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call you a classic romantic. Okay. But
Didn't you wait? Hold on. Didn't you find it romantic today when I was not speaking?
No. No.
When I was completely shut down like a robot and not communicating?
No, because you were back on the old blue and or red planet making your clocks, but you were making different clocks. They were made out of code today. But you were far, far away. I don't. If that is romance to you, then your romance idea must only involve one person. So I have to question its validity. You know.
Well, you know, to love others, you have to first learn to love yourself, I heard.
Is that what you're doing over there on that planet?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, it's very far away from loving myself. But it is engrossing.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess that's where my ADHD kicks in sometimes when it's something I'm interested in and I want to fucking get into it, man.
Get in the weeds.
Yeah. I really get into the weeds.
Oh, I know.
Like there's those little sticker things all trapped in my leg hair. My socks are ruined. I have to burn them. I have to burn my socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed that was happening today. So I have to say, when we met, I was very much a romantic,
Right. Me too.
and and yeah, and I have overcome it
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've overcome it.
It's
yeah.
good that you've overcome the romance tendencies, those romantic
Well,
tendencies.
you know, a lot of them are not really based in reality. So, and some of them are not healthy for me. But I really do like to indulge in romance once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have as like a rich dessert or something like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this song is like to me. So it makes sense to wrap up this podcast with something like this that's so kind of just decadent and rich and pretty and funny too. It's like most of his songs have some weird personal story, like it's just a love story. Like this one, he like hurts himself and then
Has to go to the
while he's
hospital.
slicing up an avocado and then
Right. So,
but it's okay because like you've got your arms around me or whatever.
well,
I guess
it's funny because it's like the reason he has to go to the hospital is because she put her arms around him.
yeah, right. It's funny.
So
There's a twist.
instead of being like, oh, you put your arms around me and I, you like love me so much and hold me all night and all that usual, song
No,
stuff.
you made me cut my finger.
No, you put your arms around me. I didn't know you were coming. I cut my finger off, and then we had to go to the hospital. I mean, like, so that fits right in with our sense of humor. I feel like, you know what I mean? And it cuts.
Yeah, it's a great twist.
It cuts right through the romanticism too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a very romantic song, but I guess that part of the content
It's very
of it
real.
is like, oh yeah, it just sucks when you hurt yourself and you have to go to the hospital. But for this reason.
Oh, but I have to say, the way he writes the song, it's like, even though this girl, whoever she is, did this to him,
Yeah.
like snuck up on him, surprised him, right? Cuts his finger off, has to go to the gross hospital. He still must love her so much that he was able to write this song that's full of mandolins and violins and rainbows and unicorns. I mean, that's true love, right? That's romanticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a first person story? Like something that was experienced? That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, I do.
But, a lot of good writers can do that. They can like fuck you. Or whatever on that. They're like, that wasn't me. That was my imagination, bitch.
Oh, I don't know. I think
that's what Jens is doing.
Some version of this probably happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
it sure seems like that to me.
Yeah, and I think like when I come back in my second life. Now, I don't even have to die first before I come back in my second life. Like I feel like you can have many lives in the one life that you live. I feel like I've already had a few. So in my next life, I'm going to come back as Jens. And I am going to frolic around like a Norwegian giant. Oh, this is how I picture this guy.
A giant?
Yeah. A big lanky giant.
Okay.
Frolic about with your long arms and legs that are much too white and too skinny to be on the beach. But you're still out there in your Speedo or whatever you're doing.
Right.
And you're having like a picnic and you're drinking the finest champagne, and you're eating loads of cheese and,
Ooh.
You're living it up, man.
Sounds good.
I mean, you're living that charming life, by the sea with your amazing food and your poodle
and you're playing a harp.
And you're playing a harp.
And there's a double rainbow or something.
So when you strum the harp, the double rainbow appears. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you put your arms around me.
And then I cut my finger off. In that way, it's sort of perfect too for COVID.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, if you haven't been completely fucked over by this situation, there is the potential that there's a lot of potential, but there's the potential that you connected with your family more and got to spend more time with them, whether that was good or bad or you wanted it or not. But I mean, a lot of people want and probably need that or whatever.
And I think there's a lot of romantic relationships that have been affected by COVID too.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, it just, I don't know. It's like that bittersweet, that twist or whatever that straight through your heart, man.
Do you think you'll ever become a romantic?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Wow.
I have high blood pressure, so my heart, like it's beating extra hard to pump the blood through my body.
Uh-huh.
So it's getting bigger. That's not good though.
That's not what I mean.
You don't want like a big
No.
heart, apparently.
Physically?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking metaphorically.
Oh, metaphorically,
Yeah.
as a romantic.
Yeah. Do you see yourself stepping into that, state of like mentally? Do you see yourself stepping into that whimsical area?
Ooh, whimsical. When I think of the word whimsical, I just fucking. I'm never gonna be whimsical, but I might get romantic. I don't know. Like
Okay.
I think it's possible. I think I mean, if anybody can bring out romanticism in me, it's you. But I mean, it's never happened. So we'll get back to you.
That's not true. You've had a couple moments. And by the way, speaking of romanticism, one thing that is coming on the next season, the new season coming soon,
Yeah.
of Team Babe is the Poetry Corner.
Ooh. What's Poetry Corner? That must be like reading some Shakespeare sonnets to each other,
Oh, no.
gazing deeply into our eyes.
Oh, no. No. Unfortunately, it's going to be reading poetry of my youth, of which there is a massive amount. So I don't think we'll run out anytime
You were very
soon.
prolific as a child with your poetry,
I could still be prolific right now
Yeah.
with my poetry, but nobody wants to
but
hear
you
it.
learned to turn it off
I did. Yeah.
just out of practicality. That's so sad. But I guess it's good too.
Well,
'cause
maybe-
it's like you gotta learn. You gotta figure out how to just get through this thing, man. Sometimes
You gotta toughen up.
you gotta harden the fuck up. Wear that mask. Fucking do that. Row.
Do that hard work.
Yeah, man. Like DJ Khaled in that stupid fucking commercial talking about brushing of teeth. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, that's annoying. But maybe we'll have a challenge. Maybe if we run out of old, horrible poetry to read,
We'll write some.
we'll write some new horrible poetry to read.
That's a good point. Like when I was going through puberty and frustrated about being homeschooled and there weren't any girls around.
Oh, you mean I
except
wasn't there?
Yeah, you weren't there. There was only like 3 females that I interacted with on any sort of regular basis who were like, like not family or something like that.
Right.
Like there was a point there where I was writing some really bad poetry,
Ooh,
but
where
it's
is it
on
now?
it was on like a computer that's long gone.
Damn.
I didn't do paper or whatever, but
Wow,
I had
you
like,
wrote it on the
I
computer.
had like text files. Yeah, actually the programming class or whatever, the shit I'm doing for like
Coding.
coding is reminding me of that because you like using DOS. Like I was like the DOS whatever prompt.
Right.
That was my shit when I first started using a computer.
Ah.
Like there was
Yeah.
there was Windows, but it was very, I don't know, like you could kind of go either way at that point, and I did that. And like, yeah, so I remember looking at the directories and the poetry files and creating a new text file, like with the commands and the prompt or whatever, like.
Wow.
And now I'm learning how to do that again. All
And
over
is it
again.
making you think maybe you should write some bad poetry?
It kind of is.
I would love to know what that was.
Yeah.
I would love it if
It
that
was
was
not,
available.
It wasn't good, but there was a few of those.
Well, damn, I mean.
I was on a 386 IBM.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was writing so much poetry that I submitted it to a literary festival. I mean, I thought I was that good.
Holy shit.
I was like 2nd grade. I was like, oh, yeah, this is obviously needs to be published.
This is obviously like the best
Oh,
shit
wow.
anybody has ever written. Let me, can you hold on for a second while I put on my all white outfit?
Like Bootsy Collins or Rick James or something. Yeah. I mean, I did almost have an all white outfit that I wore quite a bit, and it did involve fake fur. But I think I must have heard a poem, okay, as a child. Now, something outside of, let's say, Robert Louis Stevenson, like something outside of the usual children's poetry. I'm not sure what it was or where I heard it. It probably was TV, I would imagine. And it's like the light bulbs went off, and I was like, I can write like that. That makes a lot of sense, but it was a lot of very dark, kind of like gothy sort
Like
of
Edgar
poetry.
Allan Poe. What? Oh
Yeah.
man, I have to read through this. This sounds
There's a binder that's
fucking
2 inches
incredible.
thick of this bullshit. So
wow.
I'm gonna let you read it.
Okay,
When we get to that.
I'll be doing the poetry readings, but then
Yeah.
oh man, God. Yeah, there is no way that those files are still anywhere that's recoverable. Like
Damn.
my stuff, it's just too old, man. Like 93 or 94 or something like that.
Does your mom still have that computer? Does she have the floppies? Damn.
What would you even? Yeah, you can't even. Can you buy a floppy disk drive?
Yeah. eBay. Oh yeah, people are like, dude, this is what kills me. I had a Commodore 64, right? Totally threw that thing away for an Apple. And those things are super collectible now.
Yeah. Well, the Apple you got probably is too.
Yeah, but I mean, I really wish I would have held on to that.
Does your dad still have that in a box
No,
somewhere?
I gave it away. Yeah.
You like wouldn't let him hoard it.
Yeah.
You knew
Yeah.
what would happen.
Yeah.
It would just like be in
Yeah.
the corner of the barn
Yeah.
for like 50 years, and then
Actually,
you would end up throwing it away.
I gave it to my niece because she was younger than me and she needed like a computer or something. So
That was nice of you.
yeah. And I like asked her when I was like, "Do you think you still have that?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I don't know where it is. So maybe it'll surface." Some
Seriously?
days." Yeah. Yeah.
That's the Commodore or
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That's a Commodore 64.
Wow.
But I learned so much stuff on that, and I also wrote stories on that. But this was like when I was 4. Like that's nothing interesting. But yeah, like the dog went to the store. Those kinds of stories, So
Yeah, that would be so fun to find that stuff
yeah, it would.
again. But yeah, there's no hope for me finding mine. So I'm just gonna have to come up with some new bad poetry or whatever.
I would love that.
It'll be probably like a lot of limericks, some wordplay,
Some haiku.
some haiku.
Actually,
Those
what
are fun.
what kills me about you is
What?
that you're like actually a really good writer, and you're probably way better at writing poetry than I am, but you just won't write it. It's sort of like music.
Kind of like how I won't play music.
You won't play music, won't sing, but you're like 10,000 times better than I am at any of those things.
Well,
So killing me, man.
yeah.
Killing me.
Well, is there anything else that we want to tell the people? I mean, I hope that we've done a good job of giving people some, giving all the masses of people who are listening to this like something to look forward to on a weekly basis, or whatever. And that's going to be going away, at least this genre of it or whatever. And then we're going to come back with something else, but we're going to take a little break, right?
Yeah. A short break.
Yeah, something short. We're gonna retool things, but yeah, we're happy to have been able to do this little project.
It's been a little bright spot in the darkness of the COVID craziness,
Yeah.
So.
If you guys have any songs that you want us to check out, let us know, or like things that we could add to the COVID reject mix or whatever.
So on this episode, I'm going to include the whole playlist of all the songs from the COVID-19. So look for that on the blog.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a new season that's going to be coming, like we said, we're going to take a break, but it won't be that long. And it's going to be something new and something different. So you'll probably hear about some of that soon. And we're going to tell some love stories, but we're going to keep it funny.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna keep it light.
Right. It'll be pretty much, we're talking about poetry. We're talking about love stories. It's going to be kind of like Shakespeare.
It's gonna
I
be
would
kind of
say.
like a rom-com. Think like Clueless. You know?
I always think Clueless.
Okay, good. Because I'm always thinking Clueless. You know?
Yeah.
And
Because I'm kind of clueless.
kind of like based my life on it, but it didn't work out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like you could be on the show. I mean, so this is going to be the new thing. Like people that we know and people we don't know could be on the show.
Yeah.
So
we're going to talk to some people.
We're going to talk to people.
We talked to a few people.
Yeah,
but
we're
going to
talk
do
to
it
some more people.
like more regularly.
I think so. Like maybe a nice little, way to stay in touch, even over the interwebs.
Yeah. So look for more details on that soon, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for COVID-19ing it with us, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for hanging in there with this crazy situation and checking out these tunes. It's been fun. It's been fun to think about. I haven't curated a playlist in a while. So
Me either. And it was
good.
nice. It was nice to do that again. I feel like our DJ skills are still legit.
Yours certainly. Yeah, man. Well, I guess I'm gonna say that I just want you to put your arms around me.
Will do.
And I love you, babe.
Love you too.